Okay, there we go. Had to get something to drink because all that talking I basically just did in one sitting. So I'm actually going to, I think, split these episodes up because, well, they're fairly long already. So this week's going to be split into 2 episodes. Probably uploaded on the same day, just try to keep them close since they happen on the same week. Um, so yeah. Unless I have to split this into 3 parts, which is possible. If I have to split into 3 parts, then I will do so, and one of these will be uploaded later in the week and not on the same day as the other two. I'm afraid well, I've already answered this, and I also got a notepad because I need to write down some of these clues that I find. All right, I can work with this. I may be surprising everyone tonight. The only question now is where to start. Clearly there are 4 rooms to visit if I include the main hall here. There are probably clues in each of them, not to mention my friends. I guess I just have to figure out which one to visit first. I would figure you want to investigate the main hall first, so that's what we shall do. Time to investigate the main hall. After all, there is a body to look into. Okie dokie, let's write down main hall for our notes. Although I'm actually going to get rid of that sticky note because that one's not a good one. And it helps if I could actually spell right. Okie dokie. I look around the room just to get my bearings. There are some stairs going up there, though that seems to be out of bounds for the game. The main entrance is here too. The butler appears to have gone back outside to wait for the police. The body lies before me. Whoever did it up did a good job. It almost looks like a real person. A real person who's had the back of their skull caved in. The body is wearing a very nice 3-piece suit that's been treated very roughly. Whoever got to him must have had a fight on their hands. There are holes and tears all over. The man was also clearly quite well-to-do. A gold watch peeks out from under one of his sleeves. I think that's actually an important thing. Because there actually are a couple of different ways that this event can take place. So, although I don't recall what the exact differences are between them, but yeah, there are differences, and depending on what those differences are, essentially decides who was the culprit. And I think the gold watch is one of those things that changes, and I think if it's stolen, or it's essentially gone, Isabella is the murderer, I think. But don't quote me on that, I don't actually recall, it's been a while. I'm a little hesitant to mess with the body. I don't know if it's against the rules or not. Hey, butler, can I touch this guy? If you think it would help your case, sir, please. Or everyone else seems to have gone to search for clues elsewhere. I'm sure the police will be able to put the pieces together if nobody else here can. Sounds good. I take a look at the watch on his wrist. It's definitely seen better times. The strap is nearly broken off and the face is definitely broken. A little blood has gotten onto it on the strap and on the knob on the side. The watch hands have stopped moving, stuck pointing at 7. I decide to go through the pockets on his jacket as well. After a few moments of rifling around, my hand grasps something. It appears to be a stop payment order on a check. On the reason line, it just says, cut off. Or maybe that's the thing that changes. Because, well, I don't know if I really want to spoil it. I'd rather not, but I kinda want to. Because I think I already know who the murderer is because I've played through this event a couple of times. Only once where I actually played through. The second time I played through it was actually rushing through it to get to the ending that I wanted. There doesn't appear to be anything else of note on this body. Well, Butler, I think it's time you told me what you know, exactly what happened here. Very well, here is a sordid tale. It was here when the master, or I was here when the master returned from work at 6 in the evening. He was certainly planning on throwing a costume party tonight. All the invitations you were sent off, or to you were sent off ages ago. At 6:55, the master noticed that we were dreadfully short of port for the evening. He immediately sent me to acquire more for the night. Obviously, I don't really know what happened while I was gone. I arrived back from the shops at 7:30. I entered to find the hideous scene you see before you. He kind of looks pissed. I called the police, of course, but then you all began arriving, and, well, you know where we got from there. Did you hear any strange noises when you were leaving? Any sign of struggle? If we assume his watch broke at the time of assault, it wasn't long after you left. No, I don't recall hearing anything unusual as I left. It was actually very quiet. And there was nobody here when you got back? No, I checked all the rooms and nobody was about. Are there any other entrances or exits? There is a back entrance, but it was still locked when I checked it. All right, well, thank you, Butler. Of course, sir. I think that's all I'm going to get out of this place for now. Well, that was certainly a good place to start. Question is, where next? Investigate the study. A time to visit the study. I think Isabella came in here. This looks a bit different. Maybe I'm misremembering what the background looked like, but it looks a bit different to me. I should write down study. One of the classrooms has been converted for the evening. Looks like one of the classrooms. What? They got a classroom. Oh, okay. Why is there a classroom in the dormitory? Whatever. Looks like there are people relaxing all over. Someone even put a few pipes on a coffee table between some of the chairs. They probably haven't been used, since I'm pretty sure this is a no smoking building. What pipes are you talking about? Because I don't see any. Oh, well, coffee table, so I don't... Of course you can't see it. It's a coffee table. This is not a coffee table. Isabella is sitting on one of the chairs, idly leafing through a book. I don't know if she's reading it or not, actually. Hey, Isabella. Hey, hot stuff. Glad you came to find me. I was afraid I was going to be all alone in here. She's really laying it on pretty thick tonight. Not that I mind. So, where is Chad anyway? I suppose it's too much to hope he's the corpse out there? Ha! No such luck. Nah, Chad left much earlier. Said he had to go bail one of his friends out. Hey, that just means more for me. So, what did your card say? Ha ha ha! That would be telling. And where's the fun in that? Aren't you going to try to worm the information out of me? Well, there are plenty of things I'd like to get out, or I'd like to get you out of. Oh, tempting. Isabella stands up from her chair and walks over to me, dripping her arms over my shoulders. So, Mr. Interrogator, you think you can wring a confession from these lips? Well, this could involve some very in-depth questioning. I wouldn't want you to get tongue-tied. Don't worry. I'm very hot under pressure. You're hot anywhere, babe. Come on. Did you do the crime? Isabella grins wickedly at me, then leans in close to my ear. If I was guilty, detective, would it matter? Pursing her lips, she blows a little air over my ear. Well, I can certainly offer you a hell of a deal if you cooperate with me. What's the fun in cooperation? The struggle is much more interesting. I'll play it any way you want it, babe. I can be mean, or I can be very, very nice. Well, since you asked so nice. So, what's your story here, Isabella? Well, you know, Mr. Booty. I'm going to call him Buddy from now on, was my boss. We worked together for God's sake. I've been his secretary for 3 years now. That's what I wanted to sort of spoil. But there's a bit more to her story there. Did you have any problems with your boss? Of course not. We got along famously. Everyone knows he was always hanging off my every word. And there was nothing else going on between you two? I'm sorry. What? What do you mean? Oh, please, babe. If you were my secretary, I'd be in HR every day for being inappropriate. Are you saying I can't be professional, Max? That's almost exactly what I'm saying. I'm also saying that men are more than happy to be unprofessional right along with you. I know I am. I closed the distance between us, looking down at her with my best gotcha stare. Well, fine, yeah, we messed around a bit. It was nothing serious, just a little harmless fun. Ha! I knew it. And did his wife know about this harmless fun? Well, if it's harmless, she wouldn't really need to know about it, would she? I figured. So where were you around 7 o'clock? Ugh, don't remind me. That was before we got here, right? You asked why Chad didn't come. Well, just ask the patrons at my cafe, and they'll tell you why he didn't come. We had a huge fight when he told me we had to bail someone, Okay, let's try this again. We had a huge fight when he told me he had to go bail someone out of jail. He left at 7, and I went home to prepare to come here with you. And let me actually write down that they had some harmless fun. And I'm going to put quotes around harmless. How far away is the cafe from here? I don't know, about 15 minutes. Okay, one more question. Take a look at this for me. I hand the slip of paper to Isabella, watching her reaction carefully. She unfurls the paper, looking it over for a fraction of a second. Her face tightens in anger, and then she's all smiles again. Clearly he didn't want someone to get paid. That looks like his personal account, so I don't know what it could have been for. Oh, I wonder what it could have been for, my dear Isabella. Did you know his account number as well as his secretary? As his secretary, I ran a few checks for him now and then. I have a good head for numbers. What can I say? Well, thank you for your time, Isabella. No problem, detective. I hope you figure out who did this and bring them to justice. Isabella winks at me and goes back to idly leafing through her book on her comfy chair. Well, there was certainly an affair happening between her and Buddy. But that's not necessarily evidence that she did it. We'll have to investigate further. Oh, no. That is all the evidence we really need. But I'd rather not end it right there, so we will still proceed to get additional evidence. Because everyone's story is potentially interesting. However, I think I'm going to stop recording for now. So, until the next time I record, which this recording here and the next recording will be put together, because it doesn't really work for me to separate them. But whatever. Yeah, so until the next time I record, I don't know why. I'm not going to bother saying that. I will see you guys when I record the next part for this. But until then, goodbye. Which for you guys will basically be just a moment. But like I said, goodbye.